Welcome to Knoxville, statistically the toughest place in America to get a win. Today, the 8th-ranked Lady Vols are on a 5-game win streak and have won their last 11 at home. However, they will face their second straight ranked opponent in 10th-ranked Oregon State. It's a top 10 battle in Knoxville. And again, we welcome you inside Thompson Bowling Arena, where Oregon State has traveled across the country to face their biggest test yet, the 8th-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols. And good afternoon, everyone. I am Sam Gore alongside former Auburn head coach Nell Fortner. Nell, we've already established this is a big early season game. So how are these teams going to beat each other?
I'll tell you, Oregon State comes in here off their best start in program history. They're going to have to take great care of the basketball today in order to keep Tennessee from scoring quick points. And Tennessee, they've got to take care of Ruth Hamblin, 6'6" post player inside. She leads the nation in field goal percentage at 68.9%. She's a handful, very good with both her left and her right hand. But Tennessee, they've got a handful inside also. With Isabel Harrison, their 6'3" junior, she leads them in rebounding. But she's got a great feathery touch from the outside, but does a great job inside with finishing tough shots. And Bashar Graves, how about 6'1"? She's a physical post player. She likes to get it off the offensive boards. She loves the putbacks, but also has a nice 15-footer to go with that.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups. There is a change for Tennessee. Jasmine Jones is not in the starting lineup. Andrea Carter will start in her place for Tennessee. But this is a lineup that is loaded with McDonald's All-Americans, and it's tough to find 5 to put out on the floor, Nell.
Well, no question, and Tennessee's going to have to find a way to stop Oregon State's really tough on-ball screen offense.
Let's take a look at the Oregon State starting lineup. You see head coach Scott Ruick, who has done an amazing job building a program at Oregon State. And this is team basketball defined. Not a lot of all-stars out there, but as a unit, these 5 play incredibly well together. The Lady Vols win the opening tap. They are in white, moving left to right on your television.
You know, it's always interesting to see how teams come back from the Christmas break. Are they ready? Are they focused?
And right away, a turnover by the Lady Vols as Isabel Harrison turns it over. You mentioned the Christmas break. Tennessee beat Stanford here last Saturday. That was a marquee win for the Lady Vols. Meant a lot more than just getting a win in the win column as well. So they've had a break. Oregon State has been off all week as well after winning a couple in New Orleans. There's Hamblin doing what she does best, making shots.
And that's Oregon State attacking Tennessee's man defense. And it's tough. Hamblin's 6'6" inside, so they've got to figure out a way to cower her away from the paint.
Good move inside and a block by Hamblin. And that's a milestone with that block. We'll tell you more about that in just a second. Shot is up and good by Sierra Burdick.
Oregon State playing that man defense, but they're going to have to go on top of those screens with Sierra Burdick. She's got a beautiful mid-range jump shot.
On the drive, layup is missed. That was by Weiss. Face-up jumper on the baseline, no good.
You know, yesterday at Oregon State practice, they really stressed boxing out these Tennessee Lady Vols. Tennessee, annually, a tremendous rebounding team.
Weiss knocks down the three-pointer, and that is also something that Oregon State does very well, make three-pointers.
Well, they do, and Weiss leads them in that department. She is a phenomenal point guard, but with that three-point shot, very dangerous on the perimeter.
Oregon State up early here, 5-2. Tennessee's won their last 11 games here in Thompson Bowling Arena. Burdick gets the screen, will put up the jumper, and she's bumped in the process. As we go back to Scott Ruick, this is his really just getting started in his career here. 4th season as the Oregon State head coach. He's an alum of this school, but has built this program really from the ground up. He took over an Oregon State program that won just 9 games 5 years ago. He's turned them into a top 10 team.
Well, he's done a phenomenal job, and he's done it with kids. He has a passion for Oregon State. You know, your alma mater, you want to do well there, but also he And the kids that he recruits, they come there, they believe in his system, and he definitely develops his players once they get there.
Burdick makes 1 of 2. The foul had been on Weiss.
I know that's a tough foul right there. They need her on the floor. She works this offense as well as any point guard in the country.
Good hustle by Carter. The Lady Vols hit the floor and are rewarded with the possession. The layup is good. And Harrison will go to the line.
Well, this was one of the concerns for Scott Rulick, and that is turnovers. If you turn the ball over, you see the hustle that the Lady Vols have. They turn those turnovers into points, and then the foul on the end. You don't want to give them that extra opportunity to get to the line. Did you hear how loud it got in here? These fans can be definitely the sixth man on the floor.
You never have to worry about the atmosphere in Knoxville. This is a very intelligent and passionate college basketball crowd, and Oregon State has a win over North Carolina, which is higher ranked than Tennessee at the time, but I think this environment is more of a test for Oregon State than even the game at North Carolina.
A great defensive play by Izzy Harrison right there. Hamblin wide open underneath, and she deflects it out of bounds.
Entry pass, and Hamlin couldn't get it. As Gibson tried to throw it in, that was an ambitious attempt.
Watch Hamlin's Harrison's defense right there. Hamlin wide open underneath the basket alone. And that 6'3" frame got a deflection.
Tennessee up 6-5 now. Massengale. And more inside presence by Harrison will send her back to the free throw line under the watchful eye of Holly Warlick. Of course, Holly's been involved in this program for 30 years. Her third season as head coach, has only lost 5 home games during her tenure as head coach. Jersey is retired here as a player.
She was a fantastic player here and was able to work with Pat Summitt for so many years. And what to step into Pat's shoes, that's not an easy task. And she's done a really nice job of taking this program over. And then you've got to establish your own identity here. And she's working on doing that.
And there's Pat Summitt seated just behind us. A little intimidating doing the open today now with Pat Summitt sitting there watching us.
It is. She still has that steely blue stare.
Harrison makes the free throws. And Tennessee with its biggest lead so far, 8-5. Hamlin down low. Good defense by Harrison. Denies her.
Questions Oregon State has to answer, and that is, how does Hamblin play against the physical presence of the Tennessee host defenders?
Hamlin originally from Canada, as Harrison misses the shot. Hamlin gets the rebound. She was very raw when she came into the Oregon State program, under the radar, so she's really an inexperienced basketball player, though she has skyrocketed to the top of the game. But when you look at how many years she's been playing, it's not near as many as other players of her caliber. Foul on Massengale. It's her first.
Massengale into the game fairly early for Jordan Reynolds, one of the 3 Oregon players here on this Tennessee team.
Nice block by Harrison. And Isabel Harrison is having a very good opening 4 minutes here for the Lady Vols.
Well, Harrison right here, she is long and lanky right here. She gets that left hand up on the ball. No body contact, just a really nice block.
Harrison, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and a block already. Step back jumper is missed, but the offensive rebound grab. Here's another try by Gibson for 3.
Some rare misses for Oregon State, but they're having to get warmed up. They've got 3 really quality 3-point shooters on the perimeter. Allie Gibson right there, Jamie Wisner, and Sydney Weiss. They can really knock them down from long range.
Tennessee breaking the press easily. Burdick looking for the screen, gets it, and nails the jumper.
Well, that's an area of the floor that Oregon State really has to shore up their defense, because Sierra Burdick will wear you out from the mid-range.
Gibson going all the way in, no good. Hamlin with the offensive rebound. Three-pointer is good by Weiss. That's her second. And it cuts the Tennessee lead to 2. This layup by Burdick. Weiss trying to do it all on her own. Turns it over. Massengale. Under 15 minutes now, first half. Tennessee up 10-8. Long-range jumper is good by Bashara Graves, on the watch list for the Wooden Award, Wade Trophy, and Naismith Trophy.
Well, this is what makes Tennessee so difficult to defend, because they've got all 5 players that can score anywhere on the perimeter or inside.
8 McDonald's All-Americans on the Tennessee roster. 6 of them are playing this year. Three-pointer is good by Hunter. Hunter doesn't make that many.
But, you know, she still offers that threat out there. You've got to be aware of her, and especially now that she's hit her first one.
And Oregon State has cut the lead to 1.
Well, and Oregon State in bad need of a timeout. They're tired right now. This pace definitely favors Tennessee.
They are going to get the timeout. It's a media timeout.
You've got Sydney Weiss right here for Oregon State. She likes to put them up. This is her second one today from downtown.
This moment, it's been 40 years in the making. Passing the torch from father to son is why your family partnered with Regions in the first place. From succession planning to your first day as CEO, Regions shares your vision for moving forward. And at moments like this, that makes all the difference. Is your business at a turning point? Turn to Regions.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look. Less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-264-7303 or visit AIGDirect.com.
The National Championship, Monday, January 12th on ESPN.
SEC Network Basketball is brought to you by Regions Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Tennessee up by 1 here in the opening half. 14 minutes left to play in the first half. Oregon State now looked like came out a little shell-shocked against Tennessee, but has gotten it back together.
Well, it takes a while to get used to this pressure, and you can see Tennessee's already scored 7 points off of Oregon State turnovers, and that's an area that you've got to take care of the ball. Hamlin taking a break right now. This pace can be brutal, you know, for a 6'6" post player. So right now she's getting a good blow, but we'll see her back in soon.
One more block for her, and she will become the undisputed all-time leading shot blocker in Oregon State basketball history. She's on the bench at the moment. More pressure by the Lady Vols. The turnover is forced. Reynolds that forced the turnover, and Massengale with the layup off the glass.
Well, Ariel Massengale playing some of her best basketball in her career here at Tennessee in the last few games. So playing with great confidence, playing some great defense also.
Weiss again. And nice offensive rebound and put back by number 21, Marie Gulich, who is from Germany.
How about you sit your 6'6" on the bench and you get 6'5" to come in and take her place?
You mentioned all of the players from Oregon on the Tennessee roster. They have more players from Oregon than Oregon State, but Oregon State has some international players on their roster as well. Good turnaround move by Isabel Harrison, who continues her excellent start.
One of the parts of her game that I really like, because she can take you inside or outside the finishes from 18 feet on in.
Basket by Oregon State as Gibson gets loose.
Tennessee has to do a better job with their help defense. Can't allow that ball to go all the way into the paint and for a layup in the half court.
Good entry pass, but Burdick misses the layup, and it will go to Oregon State. And substitution coming in for the Lady Vols. Bashara Graves is checking back into the lineup. Harrison's going to get a breather. Graves also on that watch list for the Wooden Wade and Naismith trophies.
And such a physical player Bashara Graves is. Just really likes to bang bodies, get all over the boards.
Turnaround jumper missed by Gulich. And a foul on the rebound as well. Foul looks like it's going to go against Hunter. You see Tennessee has won 11 straight home games, at 7 this season. But the defense has really come on strong in the last 5 games. They struggled against Texas, and that was sort of a turning point for the Lady Vols. They've really bought into Holly Warlick and her system, and the stats have responded.
Well, that was a tough game for the Lady Vols down in Austin, Texas. They really got it handed to them. And it does. Sometimes that light switch goes off when a team is exposed, and they made sure that they're covering up and getting better every day.
Yeah, their play has really picked up since then. Now that is Graves just willing herself to a basket.
You see how she's got a variety of ways that she can score. When she gets the ball about 5 feet to the basket, she's a finisher.
Weiss has been looking for that the entire first half.
Well, that's a player off the bounce. Sydney Weiss is as good as anybody in the country, whether she's coming off a screen or not.
And Oregon State has a chance to retake the lead since early in the opening half, as the Beavers will not go away. Very disciplined group. Gibson on the drive, kicks it out. And the three-pointer is good by Gabriella Hansen, and Oregon State moves back in front.
Well, this is the dangerous part about this offense. When you've got a ball handler like Weiss who can play off of a screen, create help defense, and find the open man, and then you've got knockdown shooters on the perimeter. Oregon
State basketball, not only can Scott Ruick coach basketball, but he can also play the drums, as we found out in shoot-around this morning.
Official retail department store of the SEC.
Life in the NFL was tough on my body. I lived with muscle and joint soreness every day. And life after football can be just as tough. That's why for knee and elbow support, I choose CopperFit.
CopperFit, advanced compression garments to help relieve muscle and joint soreness.
With my active lifestyle, my body reminds me it needs the support.
Therapeutic fabric blended with copper to aid in faster recovery and performance and guaranteed relief of muscle aches and pains. Call 1-800-586-8356 or on the web at getcopperfit.com. Get your elbow or knee for $19.99. Order now and receive a second sleeve free.
For this old arm, I choose CopperFit. Go. Oh, come on. That was a perfect pass.
Feel the relieving power of copper compression. Feel the power of CopperFit.
Tennessee up by 2 with 11:04 left in the first half. That's the gentleman that is supposed to be playing those drums. However, at the Oregon State shoot-around today, another gentleman climbed up behind those drums and started banging away on them. And it was Oregon State's head coach, Scott Rueck.
Well, every coach has to have a hobby to unwind, and his players definitely like it. But, hey, that's quite a talent right there, Scott Rueck.
He's never taken lessons. But, you know, he wasn't a high-level basketball player either in terms of great accomplishments at the Division I level, but he's an excellent coach, sort of the way he is with the drummer. He never had a lesson, and he's a great drummer, but he comes from a coaching family. His father was a coach. His young son travels with the team sometimes and helps him with stats. But an excellent basketball mind is Scott Rueck, and you can see the discipline in his team, the system they run. That being said, they turn it over, trying to break Tennessee's press. But the orange and black didn't go unnoticed with me now. It kind of reminds me of the old Princeton factor, you know, just how disciplined they are and that system they run that drives everybody crazy.
Well, they are very disciplined. You're not going to see a player for Oregon State score probably in the 20s. They're going to spread that offense out and make a defense really have to work hard to stop you.
Hansen gets called for the foul. No, it's an offensive foul. That's going to go against the Lady Vols, and it's on Jamie Nard. So Oregon State had the marquee win against North Carolina back in early or mid-December. Biggest road win in program history. That was when the Tar Heels were number 6 in the nation.
You know, the preseason schedule for Oregon State really hasn't been extremely tough. But when you go on the road and beat number 6 North Carolina, that solidifies your team. And right now, they're showing us who they are and why they win. And it's discipline. It's really good offensive execution. But they've got to do a better job taking care of the basketball against the Tennessee Lady Vols.
Signer commits the foul. The Lady Vols have the ball back. Oregon State 10-0, only 7 undefeated teams in the nation right now. Carter with the 3. And a whistle in that battle. And that was on Carter. Start your New Year's morning at 10 a.m. with SEC Nation live from the Allstate Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. Joe Tessitore, Tim Tebow, and a cast of characters will break down the game with 2 hours of previews, highlights, and features. It's SEC Nation presented by Dr. Pepper, 10 a.m. on New Year's Day.
Tennessee has 2 of their Oregonians in the lineup right now with Jordan Reynolds and Jamie Nard into the game. You know, these players know each other. They grew up going to Oregon State games and chose not to stay in state to play, but we've got some personal battles on the floor right now.
Original shot was missed by Gibson. Reese is going to try to reset things for the Beavers. Oregon State clinging to that 2-point lead, and a foul as Hansen takes it in the paint.
And Gabby Hansen, a great athlete for the Beavers. She is probably their best defender on the floor, tremendous athlete, really nice player to come off your bench as a 6-man to keep the offense flowing.
Carter picks up the foul. Hansen of Swedish descent. She was raised in Anaheim, California, but has played in the Swedish national system as a result of her heritage.
You know, there's not a price you can put on the experience that players get when they go and play on these national teams in the summer. First of all, they're getting coaching from other philosophies and other ways to do things and getting that experience playing with great players. And then to bring it back to your team is a real luxury for a coach.
Hansen knocks down the free throws, and Oregon State's looking good all of a sudden, up 4, 22-18, as we're under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Long 2 is off the mark. That was Jamie Nard. Here come the Beavers. Oregon State with 7 second chance points. They've really been hustling after that initial shot. Another foul against the Lady Vols inside.
Right here you see inside what Oregon State's doing with Isabel Harrison, not letting her get the ball on the block. She's having to move outside to set screens or maybe get the ball on the perimeter.
Foul was on Nard. fouls in Oregon State, just 4 on Tennessee. Entry pass to Hamlin, and Hamlin has it blocked from behind by Burdick.
One of the advantages Tennessee has is they can switch on-ball screens. They've got good size on the floor and took that play away from Oregon State.
And Harrison's going to the free throw line as a result on the other end.
So right here you see the switch. Isabel Harrison onto Sydney Weiss, and the good rotation over. But the block from behind by Sierra Burdick, really nice job of getting down there and making a difference.
Harrison on the free throw line. She hasn't missed one today. That's her first. Now 3 of 4. Harrison, of course, father was an NFL star. Has 11 siblings. I've commentated her sister on the Lady Vols volleyball team, Dee Dee Harrison.
That's some athletic genes in that family.
Tennessee now in the bonus, as Oregon State's committed 7 team fouls.
Javante Hill in the game for Sydney Weiss, and she brings the point guard experience from the JUCO level.
Hill from St. Paul, Minnesota. Shot clock under 10. Hansen has it blocked by Harrison.
How about the timing by Isabel Harrison on that block?
Carter looking down low and turns it over. Gets a clap, though, from Holly Warlick. Coach wasn't too upset with that turnover.
Well, it's a fantastic block. Isabel Harrison, such a great athlete. The timing on this is extremely good. Tennessee has to take those balls and turn them into points on the other end.
It's a 3-point Oregon State lead on the road. Burdick with the steal. Again, when you look at statistics, Knoxville, Tennessee is statistically the toughest place in America to get a win in Division I women's basketball. Foul on the floor. 4 turnovers, though, by the Lady Vols in the last 3:40. We'll be right back.
Instead of mailing everyone my vacation photos, I'm saving a ton of time by posting them to my wall.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's so quick. It's just like my car insurance. I saved 15% in just 15 minutes.
I saved more than that in half the time.
I'd unfriend you.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
15 minutes for a quote isn't how it works anymore. With Esurance, 7.5 minutes could save you on car insurance. Welcome to the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This is Flex Shot, the easy way to caulk, bond, and seal. Simply push the trigger to make quick repairs with pinpoint accuracy. Flex Shot fills huge cracks and holes, making everything completely waterproof. And it's mildew resistant, perfect for kitchens and baths. Flex Shot is a super strong adhesive that lasts up to 30 years. Water gushes out of this huge hole. But after it's sealed with Flex Shot, there's absolutely no leaks. That's amazing. You can get Flex Shot for just $19.99. Plus, we'll include this extension tube. But wait, we're going to double your order. That's 2 cans of Flex Shot and send you a free handy can of Flex Seal. The easy way to stop leaks fast. You get it all for just $19.99. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-510-8306 or go to getflexshot.com. That's 1-800-510-8306. Order now.
Well, Oregon State having a really nice day from behind the arc, and it's the difference in the game. Sydney Weiss, one of the best shooters in the country from back there. But she has a way of penetrating and drawing defense and finding the open shooter. And they're all around the perimeter for the Oregon State Beavers. It is the difference in the score today.
Here's a look at the overall season stats for their three-point shooters, and as a team, 11th in the nation. But today, 4 of 5 behind the three-point line.
Well, Tennessee's going to have to find a way to really stay outside with those perimeter shooters at the three-point line. The tough thing about that is Oregon State has penetrators. Sydney Weiss getting around on-ball screens and getting into the paint.
Well, Tennessee 0 for 7 in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Oregon State with a three-point lead. 1-1 as Tennessee is in the bonus. And at the line is Sierra Burdick. Charlotte makes the first one.
She's got one of the nicest, just I say mid-range game, but just beautiful form. Nice jump shooter, nice form from 15 to 18 feet. Not a big three-point shooter.
Hamlin grabs the missed free throw. And the Lady Vols within 2. Oregon State trying to protect this lead. Weiss is back running the point for Oregon State. And another lob to Hamlin that goes over her head. That's the second time the Beavers have miscommunicated on that entry pass. Good defense by Hansen, and bodies to the floor. It'll be a jump ball, and the possession arrow will send it back to Oregon State.
You see Hansen's only about 5'10", 5'9", and she's down there guarding Isabella Harrison. She is a tough defender, a good athlete, able to work her way around Harrison and keep a body on her.
Burdick shaken up a little bit. Anything surprise you to this point? No?
Well, I think the difficulty really for Oregon State to get the ball inside. That's been a trademark of theirs all year for Hamlin to touch the ball a lot, but they're turning it over, trying to lob it inside to her. But credit the Tennessee defense. It's tough and physical and big.
That makes those three-pointers even more important. And Holly Warlick, you could hear the foot stomp, and she's not happy with that foul called on Burdick.
Well, you know, you can't touch them twice, so it's a very easy call to make for the official. You touch them once, that's it, but the second time, it's an automatic foul on the ball handler.
Weiss looking to lob it in, finds Hamlin, and then gets it back. Weiss misses the reverse layup, and the rebound is ripped down by Harrison. Here comes Massengale.
And how many layups have we seen Weiss miss today at the basket?
There's Massengale's second layup of the game. She just outbeat everyone down the floor.
So quick, so fast, and strong inside with the finishes.
First basket for Tennessee since the 12:03 mark this half. But we're tied at 22. Hansen catches the deflection and banks it in.
What a beautiful shot. You don't see players using the backboard a lot anymore. She used that really nicely.
Burdick misses. Hamlin with another rebound. Three-pointer, tough shot sent up by Wiseman.
A little bit early in that offense right there, and that's what you want to make sure you're taking good shots against Tennessee, because they will make you pay when they can get it to run out.
Carter misses the three, and Wisner grabs the rebound. Under 6 minutes to play first half. And this is what we thought. Top 10 battle, very close. When we got here, we were talking overtime now. We're not even finished with a half yet. That's how this game looks on paper.
Just great defense by the Tennessee post players taking on Ruth Hamlin. She's really struggling today to finish shots against the height and the physicality of the Tennessee post players.
Hamlin just 1 of 4, has 7 rebounds. And Harrison loses it out of bounds, and no one touched it. So it'll be Oregon State basketball. 8th turnover of the half for the Lady Vols.
Well, that's Samantha Signer kind of stepping in there to help. Hansen down low. And Harrison gets her hand on it last.
Just touched it last.
Well, Samantha Signer for Oregon State brings great size in for them on the perimeter also. She can knock down those threes.
Signer 6'3". Luis almost turned it over. Hansen loses it, and it's picked up quickly by Reynolds. The layup and foul. Middleton gets the basket, and she'll go to the line. Nice assist here by Reynolds.
Well, this is what Tennessee does. They make you pay for turnovers. They can push that ball incredibly hard. And Alexa Middleton right on time by Jordan Reynolds with the assist.
Our first look at Middleton. She's a freshman from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Misses the free throw, but the Lady Vols will keep the ball. That was the second foul on Signer that sent her to the line.
Well, Alexa Middleton, she can really nail it from the outside. She was 4 for 4 from the three against Wichita State in a really tightly contested game earlier this season.
She started some this year. Over the back is Hamlin.
It's a little bit of a frustration call, I would imagine, by Ruth Hamlin. Just she knows she's out of position right here. She has no hope of getting this ball. So reaching that's a for sure foul. A little bit of tired, a little bit of frustration, I think, right there.
First foul on Hamlin, but the 10th on Oregon State. Harrison short on that free throw. Harrison, an accomplished basketball player, but an excellent student athlete. She's already graduated and is pursuing a master's at the moment. The SEC academic honor roll. Misses both free throws. And you don't see that very often. Think she's tired a little bit?
I do. I think that this has been a real physical battle for both sides of the inside for both teams.
How about that move by Weiss? Wow.
Well, that's why she's so dangerous. She is just an incredible ball handler, a lefty to begin with, but can go both ways.
Middleton gets bumped by Hansen, no foul. Massengale bobbles the ball. Harrison gets her own miss. And Signer with the rebound for the Oregon State Beavers. Three-pointer up, in, and out by Wisner. And Massengale will go to the line as Hansen fouls her in the process of shooting.
Ariel Massengale, so hard to stop right here. But look at Sydney Weiss right here, the sophomore. She knows how to handle the ball and finish.
Does anybody know how I can get a small business loan fast?
I'm a chef.
I'm a stylist.
I sell tires for your car.
I'm a doc in private practice.
That's my name above that bar.
Rapid Advance.
Help my business grow.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance.
I got approval in a day.
Rapid Advance. I got my money right away.
With Rapid, there's no hassles.
No credit checks galore.
You just need to be in business for a year or more.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com. Get up to $300,000 in just days. 877-GO-RAPID.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance. They help your business grow.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or rapidadvance.com.
Your money's here.
Well, Friday, the SEC ESPN Network brings you a women's SEC basketball doubleheader. First up, the #1 ranked South Carolina Gamecocks welcome a tough Auburn defense at 7 Eastern into Columbia, and then at 9 Eastern, Missouri takes on the Lady Vols. This is only on the SEC ESPN Network, and watch ESPN. And a need to know. South Carolina having another excellent season now.
Well, they've got some great players. And look at these three right here. The senior, Lisa Welch, really has benefited from Dawn Staley's coaching. She's gotten better every year. And Tiffany Mitchell, the reigning SEC Player of the Year, and freshman, #1 player in the country coming out of high school last year, Asia Wilson. This is a team that is on a roll right now, undefeated and ready to get conference play started.
And for more, go to espnw.com/need-to-know. Massingale on the free throw line for the Lady Vols. Tennessee trailing by 2, make it 1. Massingale, normally a starter, but this year's enjoyed coming in off the bench.
Well, she comes in off the bench and makes an immediate difference. Her experience, her ability to shoot the 3 ball, and just lead.
Well, she's a leading scorer off the bench. Burdick looks inside to Massingale. Good denial defense by Wisner. And Oregon State just will not surrender the lead yet. Hamlin misses. And that time Hamlin was pretty open.
Well, you know, she's been blocked a couple of times, and so when you think you're wide open like that, you're expecting something to come behind you. She's got to finish that stronger, because that was a really nice feed.
It's 17 points, 10 rebounds at North Carolina. Middleton is bumped on the arm as she shoots that jumper, and Hanson gets called for the foul.
So you're going to see Ruth Hamlin right there. She rolls off of an on-ball screen and gets a nice feed over the top. No help side by the Tennessee defenders, but she's anticipating maybe a little contact right there.
Middleton makes the free throw. And makes them both. Middleton, 20 points against Penn earlier this year. Again, she started as a freshman. She's had double-figure scoring games 3 of her last 5. She's off to a good start here.
Well, she's a player that she needs playing time here as a freshman to continue contributing what she's capable of contributing. She's a tremendous shooter.
Hanson for 3. And it is good. And the red-hot three-point shooting continues for Oregon State. The Beavers now 5 of 8 behind the three-point line.
You think the confidence they play with and when that they shoot with, they are ready to pull that trigger anytime they catch the ball out beyond that 3.
You know, it's interesting, Mel, because admittedly, and it's a compliment, when you come in the gym and you watch Oregon State practice as Middleton makes the shot, you may not be thinking, wow, what a great top 10 looking team this is, until they start playing.
Well, until you see them play and execute, and that ball in the hands of Sydney Weiss running this offense makes a huge difference. She draws so much attention, and shooters are getting open. Good spacing.
You don't have the McDonald's All-Americans, but you have a lot of heart in that Oregon State program, and they buy into what the coach is telling them. Speaking of coaching, Holly Warlick is furious over this call.
Well, these are the tough calls that officials have to make. Is it a charge or is it a block right here? But it looks like a pretty good block by Sierra Burdick.
And Burdick is called for the foul. Fans just got to look at it on the Jumbotron. It's the second foul on Burdick. And it sends Weiss to the free throw line. Weiss has only missed 3 free throws all year.
You know, she's a special player, a sophomore out of Phoenix, Arizona, really bought into what Scott is doing at Oregon State, and he's used her abilities to change his offense here with this, running her off these on-ball screens and letting her make decisions. And
she's on that Naismith watch list as well. Harrison overshoots. 31-29, Oregon State in front. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Tennessee has won their last 11 at home. Come on, how about that? Weiss from in front of the Lady Vol bench.
Well, you can just feel the confidence right now that Oregon State is playing with. Tennessee needs an easy basket right here to get back in that, watching the ball go through the basket.
6 of 9 is Oregon State behind the three-point line. Harrison above the free throw line jumper.
There's that feathery touch by Isabel Harrison from 15 feet.
Harrison, the first lady ball in double figures. That's 10 points for her. And under a minute here in the opening half. Weiss lost it off her foot. And Tennessee is going to get the ball back. 9 turnovers now by Oregon State.
A little bit too much ball handling right there in front of the defender, and it goes off of Sydney's feet. She tried to sell it to the official that it wasn't hers. But once that call's made, just go ahead and go the other direction.
Massengale. Tennessee needs a 3 to tie. 35 seconds in the half. Harrison.
That's a beautiful move right there by Izzy Harrison. Little swing through, up and under.
And how about this? A timeout taken by Oregon State. This is not the end of the game. There's 26 seconds left in the half. Oregon State up 1, and they take a timeout for the last possession.
Such a competitive battle, but beautiful shot fake. Swing through to the basket in the finish, and that's a move that Izzy Harrison, she has improved. She's added to her game. Not only is she the 15 to 18 footer, but she's got post moves away from the basket, on the block.
Well, Tennessee has been forcing turnovers and getting some baskets off these turnovers.
And this is where Tennessee has really been able to do damage against Oregon State. They've turned those turnovers into points. And that's what really buries so many teams that come into Thompson-Boling is the defensive pressure that Tennessee brings and is able to turn the turnovers into points. And you can see right here, Jordan Reynolds right here has a little something. I'm from Oregon. Feeding my little freshman teammate right there.
I love that play. Okay, we'll see what the timeout does for Oregon State here on the final possession. About a half-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock, so theoretically they can hold it. Weiss throws it right into the hands of Reynolds.
It's not a good decision by Sydney Weiss.
Reynolds. And a little lady ball magic to end the half. Oregon State led for most of the half, but Tennessee comes on strong and takes a 1-point lead into the dressing room. And that is why Tennessee is tough to beat in Thompson-Boling. Tennessee up 1 at the break. We'll be back with our halftime report after these messages.
Doug and Casey are headed to the beach. Forgetting to deposit a check could have put their plans on hold. But Regions is helping Doug greenlight this moment of spontaneity by letting him choose immediate access to money from a check he's depositing in a snap. Regions Mobile Deposit lets you skip a trip to the bank and give life the green light. Ready to move your life forward? Switch to Regions.
I won this HD TV for less than $50 on Quibbitz.
I won my iPad for $87.13.
These are real customers who got unbeatable deals on Quibbitz.com.
I won this Canon DSLR camera for just $21.
Save up to 90% on brand new products like iPads, HD TVs, and appliances.
The first time I tried Quibbitz, I was skeptical, but I won the first item I bid on.
That's QUIBIDS.com. Visit Quibbitz.com now.
The energy at Tennessee reaches far beyond our campus. As Lady Vol and Academic All-American, Candace Parker set new standards. Now she electrifies fans in LA. Keeping the lights on there and across the country is the work of Professor Elu Liu. Her research on the power grid puts UT at the forefront of this national issue. Candace Parker and Elu Liu, two exceptional women. Both chose Tennessee. Big Orange, big ideas.
Life in the NFL was tough on my body. I live with muscle and joint soreness every day. Life after football can be just as tough. That's why for knee and elbow support, I choose Copper Fit.
Copper Fit, advanced compression garments to help relieve muscle and joint soreness.
With my active lifestyle, my body reminds me it needs the support.
Therapeutic fabric blended with copper to aid in faster recovery and performance and guaranteed relief of muscle aches and pains. Call 1-800-597-5399 or on the web at getcopperfit.com. Get your elbow or knee for $19.99. Order now and receive a second sleeve free.
For this old arm, I choose Copper Fit. Go. Oh, come on. That was a perfect pass.
Feel the relieving power of copper compression. Feel the power of Copper Fit.
SEC Now, it'll be coming your way on Monday, 11 p.m. Eastern. You can also watch that on the Watch ESPN app. And I'm Maria Taylor, and that is former SEC men's basketball coach Darren Horn. And it's the most wonderful time of the year because why?
Basketball.
Non-stop basketball. And we have some good ones because undefeated Kentucky taking on undefeated Louisville. Battle for the Bluegrass State is always going to be a good one. Patino, Coach Cal, and Willie Cauley-Stein gets things off with a bang. The steal early and the finish.
Points off turnovers big in this game.
He puts the Cats up 6. Great stare there afterward. Only moments later, the Cards, they're looking to tie it. But guess what? Another steal for Kentucky. This gets them out in transition and easy buckets for the Wildcats, Darren.
How about the finish by Karl Anthony Towns? Goes strong to the basket and makes the nasty finish face.
Posterize. He would finish with 10 points, 9 rebounds, and also knock down that free throw. So now it is a 5-point game. Trey Lyles, he's going to get out for the Cards, get the rebound, and see what Kentucky can make in transition game. Devin Booker, he's all the way out in front. I think he's got the finish. Later on in the game, just 5 points again, so it stayed close for a while. Harrison, he's going to get 2 feet in the paint, then get the dish out to Ulis, who has the finish.
Ulis, player of the game for Kentucky. Nice job there of getting to the open spot.
And Ulis, he would have 14 points for the Wildcats and lead all scorers, getting the ball to Harrison. That's the dagger 3 for Kentucky. Kentucky would go on to win it 58-50. They'll improve to a perfect 13-0. Ulis leads all scores for the Wildcats, 14 points. Karl Anthony Towns just barely missing that double-double, 10 points and 9 rebounds on the night for the Wildcats freshman. Keeping it on the hardwood, Georgia basketball taking on Mercer. Mark Fox, this is the first game for his Bulldogs since the holiday break. It's not always easy. Jordan Strawberry, his dad was a star on the baseball diamond, and he is a star, well, guess what? On the hardwood. He's going to send this game into overtime with the bucket and the 3.
Nice shot fake to free himself up for the big 3.
The game goes into overtime. A little bit more than Georgia bargained for. Double OT. Charles Mann is going to get things started early. A little bit of contact, dishing it down to Kenny Gaines, who converts inside the paint. Now we're going into triple overtime. The last time Georgia played 3 overtimes, December 1990. But Georgia would put it away in the third. Gaines left wide open, drills the 3-pointer. The Bulldogs win 86-77. Coach Fox can breathe a sigh of relief. Tennessee taking on Tennessee State. Smokey looks pretty happy in the crowd. Let's see if the Volunteers got it done on the hardwood. Very early. All about Jay Harris for Tennessee State knocking down the 3. They would take the lead in this matchup, 38-37. So guess what? Coach Tyndall says, let's get the fans involved. And just like that, Robert Hubbs III knocks down a 3 in transition.
Tennessee able to get out and score points off turnovers, 25-0 in this game.
And here's the leading scorer right here. Kevin Punter comes up with the steal, takes it all the way for the basket. 18 points in this game. Second half, how about the finish? Armani Moore out in front. This is a feel-good type game for Tennessee.
Well, and they needed it. A strong second half gave them the double-digit win.
There you go, 67-46. Tennessee gets the win over Tennessee State. All right, how about a little bit of the head ball coach? It's not perfect, but Spurrier taking on Miami in the Duck Commander Independence Bowl. Dylan Thompson, he's going to find Pharaoh Cooper wide open downfield. Nice move by Cooper. That's a 78-yard touchdown for the Gamecocks. That's going to put them up 7-6 in this ACC versus SEC matchup. Under 5 left to play. Thompson again going downfield to Cooper. Look at the amazing grab. Cooper's grab over the defender. He had 9 catches for 170 yards and a touchdown. 3 minutes left. How about Phillips Dorsett in the end zone? Miami pulls it to within 3 and just under 2 minutes left to play. Mike Davis able to pick up a first down, putting the Gamecocks into the winning territory, 24-21. They get the victory. And you can catch SEC rewind of the 2006 Florida versus South Carolina matchup tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can also watch it on the Watch ESPN app.
We all love that great taste of food hot off the grill. But your food gets stuck and it leaves a mess. Yuck! Until now. Introducing the amazing Yoshi Grill and Bake Mat. This new non-stick mat cooks food evenly while the grill stays squeaky clean. And watch this. You get perfect grill marks right through the mat. Amazing! The Yoshi Grill Mat makes fish easy to flip. And that melted cheese is impossible to clean. But Yoshi Grill Mat melts cheese with ease. You can pour that sauce on the steak. Make lip-smacking barbecue ribs or finger-licking buffalo chicken. Nothing falls through the cracks with the Yoshi Grill Mat. And the Yoshi Grill Mat reduces flare-ups. Make juicy burgers that won't burn or dry out. Hey, those campground grills are gross. But the Yoshi Grill Mat keeps your food off the grate. It's even dishwasher safe. Call and get the amazing Yoshi Grill Mat for just $19.99. But wait! Order now and get a second grill mat free. That's not all. You'll also get the incredible Yoshi Bake Mat. Now you can bake a cake and leave the pan spotless. Food slides right off and no burnt bottoms. Just perfect grill marks. And call right now and shipping is free. That's right. Free shipping to your door in time for your next barbecue. There's more. You also get the amazing Grip and Flip free. Just pay processing. It's a spatula on the bottom and tongs on the top. Now nothing can slip when you grip and flip. You get it all for $19.99. Don't wait. Call now.
Call 1-800-801-6490. That's 1-800-801-6490. Or you can order online at yoshigrill.com. Call or click today.
I believe in Oregon State. I believe in her traditions. A heritage from the deeds and dreams of yesterday. I believe in her sportsmanship and honor, a reality with the students of today. I believe in her aspirations and her ideals, the assurance of a magnificent tomorrow.
Well, the fast and furious end to the opening half has resulted in Tennessee leading by 1 here at halftime in Knoxville. Hey, everybody, Sam Gore along with Nell Fortner. And Nell, what'd you think about that first half? A big top 10 battle. Did it live up to the hype, you think?
Well, it did, and it still is. And the second half's going to be a barn burner, I tell you. But the pace has been brutal. Players are really sucking wind right now. And early in this game, none more than Ruth Hamlin. I think this is as physical and as up-tempo game as she's played this year. So she's kind of struggled a little bit inside.
Well, obviously there were a lot of turnovers, but it was because of good hustle in the opening half. But let's take a look at some of these forced turnovers.
Well, right here, you know, it's not just the turnovers that'll hurt you. It's when you have those turnovers and Tennessee can take advantage of. They've got speed and quickness that can push the tempo and then go score on the other end. So you've got to be careful about where you turn the ball over. Right here, a great block from behind by Sierra Burdick on Ruth Hamlin. She struggled today shooting. She's 1 of 6 right now. So Oregon State really needs her to come on. But the outside shooting has kept the Beavers in the game. They are 6 of 9 from the perimeter, from the arc.
Well, Nell, put your coaching hat on here and break down these stats for us. What do you see?
Well, right now, Tennessee has to feel good about shooting 46%. I think the defense by Oregon State has been pretty tough inside. Isabel Harrison, their only double-figure scorer right now. But Oregon State has to find a way to get Hamlin involved in the offense. That she's their leading scorer, leading rebounder. She's got to find some confidence in there to finish plays.
Yeah, Hamlin, the leading scorer for Oregon State, has scored 2 points in the opening 20 minutes. But Oregon State is very much in this basketball game. Tennessee hanging on by 1 point. We'll be back with the second half.
ready for Knockable? Knockable is the new ultimate contact sport that's hitting America. Just the shoulder straps, grab the handles, and go.
Knockable is probably the most fun you'll ever have without getting hurt.
Knocker rolls, knocker flips, knock your friends, knocker soccer.
Knockable leagues are started all over the world. Australia, Europe, Japan, and now it's available to you.
It's the most fun I've ever had in my life.
To get your own, go to knockable.com. Get one, two, even a few. No matter, you have got to try this.
Yeah!
But make sure it's a knockable. That's knockable.com.
What do you call a renowned researcher on obesity, hypertension, and heart disease who teaches the next generation of leading scientists? We call him a difference maker. Meet Ole Miss professor John Hall, a difference maker named the 2014 SEC Professor of the Year. The Southeastern Conference actively supports the university mission through its SECU program, which highlights collaboration in scholarship and research. SECU, the academic initiative of the Southeastern Conference.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This is FlexShot, the easy way to caulk, bond, and seal. Simply push the trigger to make quick repairs with pinpoint accuracy. FlexShot fills huge cracks and holes, making everything completely waterproof. And it's mildew resistant, perfect for kitchens and baths. FlexShot is a super strong adhesive that lasts up to 30 years. Water gushes out of this huge hole. But after it's sealed with FlexShot, there's absolutely no leaks. That's amazing. You can get FlexShot for just $19.99. Plus, we'll include this extension tube. But wait, we're going to double your order. That's 2 cans of FlexShot and send you a free handy can of Flex Seal. The easy way to stop leaks fast. You get it all for just $19.99. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-510-8306 or go to getflexshot.com. That's 1-800-510-8306. Order now.
Capacity crowd here. Good family day. It's raining and cold outside. It's a perfect day to be in to watch this game. And Tennessee up by 1, and a lot of that is because of the play of Izzy Harrison. She had a fantastic opening half.
Yes, she did. She's just a force in the middle. She's got such a nice touch on the ball around the basket. She can take some physical contact and finish. But I love that little nice soft shooting touch of hers from about 15 feet out. She also does a nice job on the defensive end with her blocking ability. Great timing on the ball. She's got her a couple of those today. Makes a big difference for the Tennessee defense.
Here's the leading scorers for both teams. Weiss has really found a way to get inside that Lady Vol defense, especially a lot of short-range shots to go with those three-pointers.
Well, Weiss has had a few missed bunnies today. I know she wishes she had those back, but such a great long-range shooter and runs this offense. But Tennessee's going to have to get some other players going offensively, and Bashara Graves is one of those players, inside post player, that is just a big physical post player that can really do a lot of damage inside with the ball in her hand. She doesn't get to touch it a lot. She's 2 for 3 today. But I think I'd find a way for her to touch that ball a little bit more in this second half.
Well, her teammates nicknamed her the Beast because she's so relentless in her pursuit around the glass and around the basket on offense, but they haven't gotten her the ball too much. Here's only 3 shots.
Well, she's one that needs more touches for this Tennessee team. There's no question she's a rebounder. She's what you call a glass eater. She likes to get up there and board.
Tennessee has the ball to start the half. Reynolds. And there right away was Graves trying to get something going, but she had her shot blocked by Hamlin. Hamlin has become the all-time leading shot blocker in Oregon State history today.
She does a great job in there, averages a little over 3 blocks a game.
Carter off the mark, Hamlin with a rebound. Fans maintains their standing position here in Thompson Bowling Arena until the Lady Vols score in the half. Hamlin catches the entry, and Oregon State takes the lead on their first offensive possession.
That's a good sign for Oregon State, for Hamlin to get that first bucket. Tennessee has to really focus on some help side defense with that fronting defense on Hamlin.
Fans are having to wait a while to sit down to start this half. Nice up-the-floor look and layup by Hunter.
Transition offense right there for Oregon State. Pays dividends. They're pushing the ball, pushing the pace.
Tennessee has not scored. And Oregon State with a quick three-point lead. Harrison, short, and it'll go to Oregon State.
We'll see Hamblin with this block right here on Bashar Graves. She tends to maybe go away from Hamblin.
Ball deflected out of bounds by Reynolds, and Oregon State will keep it. But Oregon State coming out strong here to start this second half.
Well, you know, you've got to think that halftime by Scott Rueck was very encouraging because they've come in here and they've battled Tennessee to within 1 point at the half. They feel like they've got a chance.
If you look around the perimeter of your screen, you see the fans still standing here as Hamblin misses the shot. They will not sit down until the Lady Vols score. Reynolds misses. And finally, Graves says, take a seat, everyone.
Well, that's the board eater right there. She might have got away with a little push on Jamie Wisner, but she rebounds and puts it back in like she loves to do.
Oregon State up by 1. Hamblin getting more touches here to start the half, and a foul called on that rebound.
Right now we're seeing the physicality of the rebounders by Tennessee right there.
Fouls on Graves. First foul of the half. Burdick steps out on Weiss. Nice move inside. The layup is good by Gibson.
Gibson, the lone senior on Oregon State's team, really has experience to go up against this Tennessee team and hold nothing back. Strong finish.
Gibson from California, but has some Puerto Rican heritage, plays for the Puerto Rican national team as well. Carter all alone, and the layup is good.
Well, that's got to feel good for Andrea. She's been in a bit of a shooting slump in the last few games, but she needs to see that ball go in the basket.
Gibson off the glass.
A strong finish right over Graves. That is not an easy shot.
Oregon State leading by 3. 16:45 left to play. As Tennessee unable to maintain the momentum they had, making that dramatic last shot going into the dressing room. Harrison with her first basket of the half.
Well, there's her versatility right there. That was a left-handed little baby hook right there by Isabel Harrison. Beautiful shot and his tough finish.
Scott Rueck looking at his team and pounding on his heart, telling them to hang in there and keep fighting. Hunter, Hamblin with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled as well.
Well, here we see Allie Gibson really do a nice job driving right here with a strong finish. Didn't mind the contact right there, and then the bank shot over Bashar Graves. That is not an easy shot right there, but nice play by the senior.
Bad news for Tennessee. That was the 3rd foul on Burdick. She's gone to the bench. Massingale in the game and grabs the rebound.
Well, the good news for Tennessee is they have a long bench of quality players.
Graves has it stripped away underneath by Wisner. Gibson, good. And Oregon State with a 3-point lead, but looking very sharp and focused here in the second half.
Gibson showing us really nice body control at the basket because those are contested shots, the shots she's having to finish.
8 points now for Gibson. Middleton hands it back to Graves. Massingale with a runner. 3 on the shot clock. Harrison with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled on the way out by Hamblin.
Well, here's Isabel Harrison showing us a little bit of her versatility. That's a spin move with a left-handed finish. That's tough.
The playoff semifinals, New Year's Day on ESPN.
Official retail department store of the SEC.
Life in the NFL was tough on my body. I live with muscle and joint soreness every day. And life after football can be just as tough. That's why for knee and elbow support, I choose CopperFit.
CopperFit, advanced compression garments to help relieve muscle and joint soreness.
With my active lifestyle, my body reminds me it needs the support.
Therapeutic fabric blended with copper to aid in faster recovery and performance and guaranteed relief of muscle aches and pains. Call 1-800-586-8356 or on the web at getcopperfit.com. Get your elbow or knee for $19.99. Order now and receive a second sleeve free.
For this old arm, I choose CopperFit. Go. Oh, come on. That was a perfect pass.
Feel the relieving power of copper compression. Feel the power of CopperFit.
Oregon State trying to end Tennessee's 11-game home win streak, up 3 with just over 15 minutes to play. Thursday, the SEC ESPN Network has comprehensive coverage of the Sugar Bowl. At 7:30, our analysts are live from New Orleans for SEC Nation All-State Sugar Bowl pregame. And then the Paul Feinbaum Film Room is providing in-game analysis and taking calls from fans live. Finally turn to SEC Now for interviews and post-game reactions. That's New Year's Day, and here's a look at the first college football playoff in history. As you see, Alabama will face Ohio State on New Year's Day at 8:30 Eastern, and that will be preceded by Oregon and Florida State. Who you got, Nell?
Well, first of all, how many people are just going to be in their house? Nobody's going, no cars on the road that whole day. Everybody's just holed up in their house.
It's going to be a good day for the pizza companies, right? Harrison at the free throw line. She was fouled by Hamlin. Hamlin has 2 fouls. Harrison, who made her first 4 free throws today, has struggled since.
Well, and this is an area where she's got to really improve her game because she's going to get to the free throw line a lot, especially when conference season starts in the SEC. Very physical league.
And a turnover. Everyone in the building made that call. A travel violation on Hunter, and the 11th turnover for Oregon State.
Well, you like her aggressive play, but, you know, you want a post player finishing plays, not trying to make the play.
Tennessee looking to tie or retake the lead. They led to start the half, haven't led since. It's been all Oregon State here in the second half. Carter, baseline, reverse layup is good. And that looked good too, high off the glass.
Well, she's starting to come into her own a little bit offensively right now after her past few games struggle offensively.
Carter only 5'9". Weiss lucky that it was caught. And now some aggressive defense by Middleton results in a foul on her.
Right here we're going to see Andrea Carter sizing up Harrison, wanting to give it to her, but decides to drive, and then she clears the block for her teammate to go finish.
First foul on Middleton. We've had 6 lead changes and 7 ties in this battle of top 10 teams. Tennessee ranked 8th in the nation. Oregon State tied with Duke at number 10, highest ranking in Oregon State history. Gibson finds the bottom of the net. I don't think she saw the goal when she shot that.
Well, right now, she doesn't have to look at it. She just feels it. She's hot.
And whistle away from the ball inside. And foul was on number 44, Hamlin, who is frustrated in the paint. That's her 3rd foul. And Hamlin's going to come out of the game.
She's going to have to take a seat. You can't afford for her to pick up her fourth one this early with so much game to play in the second half. Marie Gulich, a really nice replacement for her. Been playing some nice minutes this season.
Gulich, we talked about it earlier, from Germany. One of the many players on the Oregon State roster with some international ties. Harrison takes Gulich to school.
Well, again, the left hand by Isabel Harrison pays off for her. Really nice moves by her offensively today.
We're tied at 46. Weiss tried to make something happen, and then unfortunately for Tennessee, Carter was standing out of bounds.
Allie Gibson finishing the shot, and then the sprint down court. You've got to sprint against Tennessee. They like to push the tempo.
And Oregon State will keep the ball. Gibson throwing it in. Looking for help.
You know, Tennessee doing a better job this half on covering up shooters on the perimeter. When there's penetration, you can't drop in and help off of a shooter.
Shot clock at 4. Weiss gets loose as it is fouled from behind. The shot clock was at 2.
That's a tough break for Alexa Middleton, but you've just got to be careful not to reach in. And a lot of times, you know, an official sees a reach. You might have got her on top of the head. But anytime you reach, you are risking a foul.
Fans are booing because the replays are being shown here in-house. So they vehemently disagreed with that call.
But again, Tennessee's defense, Bashar Gray's not helping off of the shooter in the corner. Really, if you're going to give up some points, give up a 2, not a 3.
It was the second foul on Middleton, and as a result, Oregon State leads by 2 now. Again, teams just do not come into Knoxville and walk away with wins very often. Oregon State with the biggest road win in its history over North Carolina earlier this year. And Harrison looked like that hurt. Foul was on Hansen.
Well, right here you see Weiss driving. And really, Alexa, that Holly's not liking that call a whole lot. She's got to be careful, though. Officials don't like that kind of animation from the sideline.
Harrison puts down the short-range jumper, and Tennessee ties it at 48.
This crowd's about to get rowdy right now.
Weiss out of bounds on Tennessee.
You know, it's always interesting how a player's offensive production helps them on the defensive end. And Andrea Carter is a prime example. She's hit a few baskets. She's needed that. And her defense is absolutely outstanding.
Weiss misses the shot. Gibson picks it up. And again, another creative shot by Gibson. Gibson stumbles afterwards. Graves ties the score.
Really nice ball movement by Tennessee right there. Being patient, finding the open man, and Graves finishes.
We're tied at 50 with 12:15 left to play. 9th tie of the game. Middleton with a steal.
This is that crowd eruption I was talking about. They just needed a little bit more time. These Tennessee Lady Vol fans are ready for a win.
Instead of mailing everyone my vacation photos, I'm saving a ton of time by posting them to my wall.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's so quick. It's just like my car insurance. I save 15% in just 15 minutes.
I saved more than that in half the time.
I'd unfriend you.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
15 minutes for a quote isn't how it works anymore. With Esurance, 7.5 minutes could save you on car insurance. Welcome to the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Does anybody know how I can get a small business loan fast?
I'm a chef.
I'm a stylist.
I sell tires for your car.
I'm a doc in private practice.
That's my name above that bar.
Rapid Advance.
Help my business grow.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance.
I got approval in a day.
Rapid Advance. I got my money play. With Rapid, there's no hassles.
No credit checks galore.
You just need to be in business for a year or more.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com. Get up to $300,000 in just days. 877-GO-RAPID.
Rapid Advance, they didn't say no. Rapid Advance, they help your business grow.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or rapidadvance.com.
Your money's here.
Well, this battle continues between these top 10 ranked teams now. What are your thoughts at this point? 12:04 left to play.
Well, right now, Tennessee's defense is really paying dividends, and Alexa Middleton gets it started right here with a little steal from behind. I'll take that. And she gets in for the good, strong finish right here. And all this Lady Vol crowd needs is a play like that to just the eruption and the amount of energy that it brings to the home court is amazing.
Now, if you're teaching young players that play we just saw, how would you coach it each way for Hansen and for Middleton?
Well, you've got to make sure you take care of the ball handling. You cannot turn your back. The reverse pivot dribbles are really tough to go against a strong defender.
Oregon State with the ball. And another turnover with a ball handling mistake by Oregon State. And we're going to take another timeout. Oregon State can regroup. Tennessee up 2.
I won this HD TV for less than $50 on Quibbitz.
I won my iPad for $87.13.
These are real customers who got unbeatable deals on Quibbitz.com.
I won this Canon DSLR camera for just $21.
Save up to 90% on brand new products like iPads, HD TVs, and appliances.
The first time I tried Quibbitz, I was skeptical, but I won the first item I bid on.
That's QUIBIDS.com. Visit Quibbitz.com now.
Come on, people, y'all clap with me. Come on, people, let's go. Come on, people, y'all clap with me. If you feel it in your heart, then let it show. Come on, people, y'all clap with me. Come on, people, get down. Come on, people, y'all clap with me. So they can give it all the way uptown.
Hi, Phil Swift here. This is Flex Shot, the easy way to caulk, bond, and seal. Simply push the trigger to make quick repairs with pinpoint accuracy. Flex Shot fills huge cracks and holes, making everything completely waterproof. And it's mildew resistant, perfect for kitchens and baths. Flex Shot is a super strong adhesive that lasts up to 30 years. Water gushes out of this huge hole. But after it's sealed with Flex Shot, there's absolutely no leaks. That's amazing. You can get Flex Shot for just $19.99. Plus, we'll include this extension tube. But wait, we're going to double your order. That's 2 cans of Flex Shot and send you a free handy can of Flex Seal. The easy way to stop leaks fast. You get it all for just $19.99. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-510-8306 or go to getflexshot.com. That's 1-800-510-8306. Order now.
Along the banks of the Tennessee River, we're inside Thompson Bowling Arena, where Tennessee having its hands full with Oregon State in this battle of top 10 ranked teams. Now, this has been fun. Now, I'm really enjoying the battle here.
Well, it is, and I think the coaching is getting fun, too. You can see the halftime adjustment by Tennessee and Holly Warlake. Oregon State goes into the half, 6 of 9 from the 3. They come out right now with the 12-minute timeout. They've only attempted 1 3, so obviously it's to stay outside on shooters.
Tennessee's won 5 in a row. You just saw some big numbers during this win streak. Carter misses the 2. Graves with the rebound. And that's the Bashara Graves we've come to expect. Just relentless around the boards getting those rebounds. She's fouled as well by Weiss.
Well, she has a nose for the ball, and you can't really teach that to players, how to offensive rebound. They come with it. They just have a relentless pursuit of the ball.
So that's an instinct or a learned skill, and there's a turnover. Carter was looking for Middleton. Well,
those unforced turnovers in a tight ball game are really tough to deal with if you're a coach, because you just can't afford to give up possessions to a team that's hanging right there with you.
And that is definitely what Oregon State's doing. This second half, sort of a seesaw. Hansen misses the three. Rebound by Gulich. Gibson. And on the way to the basket, Gibson is fouled by Massengale. And that's going to be the second on Massengale and the 15th foul against Tennessee.
Well, it's a tough defensive assignment for Massengale because Tennessee post players aren't hedging out to help on the on-ball screens. They're staying back to take the roll. So Massengale's on her own to get over that screen.
Gulich getting a little too physical, trying to get position against Harrison. On offensive foul on Gulich.
You can see her throw this elbow right here in the chest, and nope, that's a no-no right there.
Hamlin back in the game. Gulich had replaced her for a while. Hamlin with 3 fouls. And we'll see if Hamlin can make her presence felt in the final 10:50. Tennessee has not played an overtime game in almost 2 years. Middleton is in the right place at the right time, and they're determined not to see another overtime today.
Well, Middleton really taking advantage of her minutes today on the court, just showing a lot of great poise for a freshman.
Weiss misses the three, too strong. And Carter grabbed the rebound and is fouled from behind by Hansen, and Hansen now has 4 fouls.
We're going to see Tennessee right here. Hamlin has 4 fouls, so they're trying to take advantage. Maybe I can pick up that 5th one on her. And Middleton with the offensive board and putback.
Tennessee trying to build the lead. This is the biggest lead for the Lady Vols in this half. Middleton lost it for a moment, and the possession arrow is going to give it to Oregon State.
Well, Hamlin has 3 fouls. I said just a minute ago she had 4. So right now she has 1 to play with a little bit, but she needs
not too much.
No, she needs to keep herself in the game.
The only person with 4 fouls right now is Hansen. No team has led by more than 5 points in this game. And good hustle by the Lady Vols. Tennessee will get the ball back.
And you see right now, Tennessee has really turned up the volume defensively, half court and full court. And they're getting it started through Andrea Carter and through Alexa Middleton. They're 2 guards.
How about that play by Carter?
She's not afraid to put her body on the ground for her teammates.
And to have the presence of mind to flick the ball behind her off of the leg of Gibson. Middleton gets a screen. Carter feeds Graves. And Hamlin comes out of there with it.
Oregon State needs to get back settled down with their half-court offense that kind of strayed.
Weiss took on the whole team, and Harrison denies Weiss. 5 blocks for the Lady Vols.
Quite an impressive block by Isabel Harrison right here. Weiss a little bit out of control, making it really easier for Harrison to get the block.
And Hansen has fouled out.
Well, that is a really tough break for Oregon State because she is a very important cog in their success this season, coming off the bench and providing scoring and defense for the Beavers.
Hansen leaves the game 10 points, 3 rebounds. And obviously a lot of hustle, but too much of that hustle resulted in fouls today as she heads to the bench with 9:27 left to play.
Now this is the critical mass point for Oregon State. Can they handle this pressure? Can they score right now and get some confidence back on the offensive end?
Harrison backing in on Hamlin. Misses. Hamlin gets the rebound, stripped. And Graves goes to the floor And the possession arrow this time will give it back to Tennessee.
Good hustle play by Oregon State.
And in that moment, the coach's very different demeanor. So Holly Warlick so intense and Scott Rulick looking pretty calm. There's Ariel Massengale doing a little housekeeping.
I don't know where the ball girls are today to do the sweeping up.
They're on Christmas break. Again, that's another story here. This crowd is mostly people that are not in school. And it is a very good crowd here.
You know, they have good student crowds.
They do.
Yes, it's Christmas break, so they're not here right now, but the fans have definitely come out.
Gibson on the drive. One-on-one goes Allie Gibson.
You know, I can't remember the last time we saw her just take a traditional jump shot.
No. A lot of off-balance and creative shots made by Gibson. Tennessee clinging to a 2-point lead. Middleton tries to add and does. Middleton in double figures.
Well, if there's one thing she knows how to do, that is put the ball in the hole. Does a nice job of reading the defense around that on-ball screen and taking the open look.
Middleton double figures now in 4 of her last 6 games. And a foul called off that shot. This is going to be on Wisner.
Well, again, Hamlin just struggling inside on that play. But here's Alexa Middleton down on the offensive end for the Lady Vols. Great job of reading the defense. Goes under that screen. She takes the open jumper.
Tennessee now in the bonus. So Wisner's foul is sending Massengale to the line on the other end of the floor. Massengale, former starter, coming off the bench this year, leading scorer so far through the first 11 games. Trying to become the second Lady Vol in history to lead the team in assists all 4 years. And she's now a senior from Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Missed a lot of games last year, about 16 to finish the season out. But she's back and better than ever right now, I think.
Carter. Now Carter almost made another amazing play heading out of bounds, but it was ruled against her, and it'll be Oregon State's basketball.
Just a relentless defender. She goes after the ball, just has great defensive principles, and is not afraid to sacrifice her body for it.
And then Carter shoving her way in between all those Oregon State Beavers out there. Tough. Tennessee with its biggest lead, 6 points. That's how close this game has been. Gibson. And look at that hustle by Gibson. Missed her shot and then got right up in Graves' grill. Jump ball, and the ball will stay with Oregon State when we return to Knoxville. Things getting heated up.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. At Regions, every day is game day.
Life in the NFL was tough on my body. I live with muscle and joint soreness every day. And life after football can be just as tough. That's why for knee and elbow support, I choose CopperFit.
CopperFit, advanced compression garments to help relieve muscle and joint soreness.
With my active lifestyle, my body reminds me it needs the support.
Therapeutic fabric blended with copper to aid in faster recovery and performance and guarantee relief of muscle aches and pains. Call 1-800-586-8356 or on the web at getcopperfit.com. Get your elbow or knee for $19.99. Order now and receive a second sleeve free.
For this old arm, I choose CopperFit. Go. Oh, come on. That was a perfect pass.
Feel the relieving power of copper compression. Feel the power of CopperFit.
This game between two top 10 ranked teams has lived up to the billing, and the intensity just seems to keep building. That last possession we saw was evidence of that.
Well, it is. And Allie Gibson, again, the lone senior. She is playing this game to win. Lots of aggression to the basket. Goes after with Bashara Graves, creates the jump ball opportunity, but that's a little exchange with Jessie Dickerson right there.
She was complaining about what she thought was a foul when she was going in for that shot. She ended up tying up Graves, and so therefore Oregon State has the basketball, as you see Gibson's numbers from today. Weiss will throw it in for Oregon State. The Lady Vols leading by 6, 7:42 left in the second half.
You know, Gibson has been the Oregon State offense here for a while. With Weiss being shut down, Hamblin not able to score inside.
Carter kicks it out. Gibson's three is short. Massengale on the run. To Graves. And a blocking foul called on Weiss.
Well, it was a little bit of a flop, it looked like, and that might have been why she got the call right there. I thought Bashar did a good job of getting down and really controlling herself right there. Weiss not getting the call on that one.
Second foul on Weiss. Now 9 team fouls against Oregon State. Graves at the free throw line. Graves also on the SEC academic honor roll, on the watch list for the Wooden Award, the Wade Trophy, the Naismith Trophy. And currently leads the SEC in double doubles this year.
Oregon State doing a good job boxing out on the free throw line, because Tennessee will go hard after missed free throws.
Tennessee up by 7. And Weiss bumped by Middleton. And for Middleton, that is her 3rd foul.
Well, it was a great shot fake by Sydney Weiss right here to draw that foul on Alexa Middleton. It's a smart basketball play.
Yeah, Middleton's going to leave the game right now. Jordan Reynolds will replace her. Excellent game by Middleton as she heads to the bench with 12 points.
She's really becoming a nice option off the bench for Holly Warlick and the Lady Vols. She's a really good little defender, but a tremendous shooter.
Burdick replaces Graves. Hamlin hands it back to Wisner, and the layup is good.
Nice play by Oregon State right there. Just got some isolation with Hamlin one-on-one in the handoff.
Harrison attacks the rim. Ball squirts out. Burdick picks it up. Massengale resetting the Lady Vol offense. Trying to take a little time here, approaching 6.5 minutes left to play. Massengale with the 3, no, it is a 2. Her foot was on the line.
You cannot go behind the screen on Ariel Massengale. She is too good of a three-point shooter, even though she only got credit for 2, but a three-point shooter she is.
Tennessee up by 7, trying to pull away from Oregon State, but the Beavers won't go away. That's Hunter with the layup for Oregon State.
It's the execution offensively. Again, Oregon State went away from it for a large part of the second half. If they find it again, which they did right there, this is going to be a really tight game.
Massengale was bothered by the defender that time. Caused her to alter her shot. Weiss, off balance 3. And Oregon State keeps it. Weiss is going to fire it again. What do you think of those shots, Mel?
Well, not the best decision, I don't think, on that last one. If she was going to take it to the hole while the defense was a little discombobulated, yes, but the long-range three, no. You can feel maybe a little bit of just some panic by Oregon State. Not panic, just a little distress.
Burdick with a smooth-looking top-of-the-key jumper. And Tennessee up 63-56 with under 5 to play. Matches the largest lead of the game for the Lady Vols. Hamlin reduces that lead.
Well, a great roll down low by Hamlin to really bury Isabel Harrison behind her. And that's what Oregon State needs to see more of right now.
Only 6 points by Hamlin. She averages 14 a game. Burdick again. Offensive rebound by Harrison. Burdick with an offensive rebound. And the whistle blows. Burdick's going to the line.
You see the relentless pursuit of the ball by the Lady Vols on the offensive glass.
Foul was on Wisner. That is her third, 10th team foul on Oregon State. Burdick going to go to the line to shoot 2. Burdick from Charlotte, North Carolina, intern for ABC's Good Morning America last summer. She worked with Robin Roberts. Had a memorable summer. Also won a gold medal with the U.S. 3-on-3 team that won the World Championships in Moscow. She's had some really interesting life experiences already. Started her own community service organization here called Dream Team. Sierra Burdick, a fascinating young woman. Makes the free throw, and Tennessee leading again by 7. Entry pass to Hamlin, and Hamlin scores.
But there's that offense that Oregon State needs a lot more of. Kind of went away from it as the game was going on, but they're back to it. Hamlin's got to stay strong inside.
Under 4 minutes to play. Burdick probing the defense and gets fouled as she makes the cross pass. Foul against Hamlin.
Official retail department store of the SEC.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-264-7303 or visit AIGdirect.com.
Have a little fun during the timeout. Hamlin picked up her 4th foul, much to the delight of most of this crowd here in Tennessee. But a reminder that tomorrow at 11 p.m. on the SEC ESPN Network, join our network analysts as they discuss all the SEC news of the day on SEC Now. That is also available on Watch ESPN. How about Hamlin?
Well, Hamlin right now, if Oregon State can continue to keep going to her, she's burying Isabel Harrison in the paint. This is right where she needs the ball to score. These are 2 plays that they have run to get her the ball over the top. Easy baskets. She was 1 for 4 in the first, 1 for 5 in the first half, 3 for 6 in the second half. So they need to keep going to her if they want a shot at winning this ball game.
Yeah, if Hamlin can stay away from that 5th foul and they can keep running that same offense, so this game's not over. Free throw missed by Burdick. She was the recipient of that Hamlin foul.
You know, this Tennessee defense is the biggest reason why they haven't been able to go to her as much. She hasn't been as effective. The size and the physicality of this defense has really stopped her.
Weiss taking on Middleton down the floor. Gets a screen. Weiss all the way into the basket. And Oregon State is within 4.
Well, her ability to turn a corner off of an on-ball screen, if you're not going to step out and stop her and make her change directions, then she is going to the hole.
Shot clock now under 10. Harrison with a spin move, uses the left hand, misses. And Oregon State down by 4 with the ball again. Just over 3 minutes to play.
Tennessee switching screens now on Weiss.
And if that's Hamlin, that is number 5, and it is. So the win on the road just got a lot more difficult for Oregon State as Ruth Hamlin fouls out.
Well, no question about that, and Hamlin gets called for a little bit of a moving screen. You see her use her arms. You cannot push off of a defender like that. So she picks up her 5th foul. Marie Gulich into the game.
And Hamlin finishes the game with only 8 points. She did have 12 rebounds and 4 assists, but that's off of her normal average of 14 a game. So Tennessee with the lead, 2:45 to play. Reynolds off the glass.
Really nice shot by Jordan Reynolds off the glass, using the screen twice to get herself to the basket.
Just her 2nd basket of the game. And another travel on Hunter. 2nd time she's been called for that. 18th turnover of the game for Scott Ruick's Beavers.
Jordan Reynolds again comes back around a double screen and uses that glass so nice.
Oregon State takes a timeout now. 2:27 left to play. Oregon State down by 6, but it feels like a bigger lead for Tennessee.
It really does, and a lot of that reason is because of this crowd. They are so into the game, and you said this earlier, Sam, how educated the Lady Vol fans are. They know what they're seeing. They know when it's good or bad.
I'm never disappointed when I do a game here, win or lose for Tennessee. But tune in tonight as the SEC ESPN Network brings you a rewind of a classic SEC football game. Florida hosted South Carolina in the Swamp. It hopes to keep their title shot alive. It was in 2006. Don't miss SEC Rewind. It's also available on Watch ESPN. Here are the unbeatens in the nation. Oregon State in danger of losing its first game. Only 7 left in Division I.
It's really amazing. Oregon State, one of the surprises, and maybe Texas might be another surprise in there. And how about Mississippi State coming out of Starkville, Mississippi, undefeated right now. Vic Schaefer has that team rolling.
Massengale gets away from Gibson. Gulich with a rebound.
Gulich making sure she gets the ball in the hands of Sydney Weiss. She needs to have the ball right now, making plays.
Burdick switches out on Weiss. Wisner. And foul before the shot. This foul's going to be on Reynolds. That'll be her first, but the team's 7th, so it puts Oregon State in the bonus of 1-on-1 now for Wisner. Wisner has played in the Canadian national team system, though she is from the state of Washington. Misses that free throw. It is critical right now, huh?
Well, time and possession is critical right now for Oregon State and for Tennessee. They have to be smart with what they're doing on the offensive end to not give the ball back quickly to Oregon State.
That was just the 4th free throw she's missed all season. It's a 5-point Tennessee lead, 1:40 to play. Possession arrow belongs to Tennessee.
See Tennessee running some offense right here, trying to use that shot clock.
Middleton gives it up. She was open for the layup herself. Massengale keeps it. Shot clock was at 2, and she draws a foul.
Well, really unfortunate play by Oregon State because Massengale had a really tough shot to try to hit right there, but the foul puts her at the free throw line.
Foul was on Wisner. That is her 4th. 1:19 to play, and Tennessee can pad its lead.
Ariel Massengale, such a smart player. She's using all of her senior experience to make a play at the end of that shot clock right there and to go in there and draw the foul.
Seems to be some dispute over whether it's 4 or 5 fouls on Wisner. As Wisner has run back into the huddle to talk to her team. Jesse Dickerson going over to talk to Scott Ruick. And it is the 5th foul on Wisner.
Well, that's a tough break for Oregon State because she is one of their three-point shooters, and they need those shooters in the game right now.
Well, we had her with 4. So did some other people that actually matter. And as they reviewed it, they found out she had 5 somehow. So Wisner's out of the game. And she's going to be replaced by Signer.
She was pointing at herself, said, I only have 4 fouls. That's a big loss for Oregon State. She's a very important cog to have both Ruth Hamblin and Wisner on the bench at this critical point, and Hansen, really.
Wisner, 42% three-point shooter this year. Massengale's at the line. Makes the first one. She'll have one more. There's Hamlin on the bench along with Wisner. Hamlin had a tough game offensively against the Lady Vols. And Massengale calmly making both free throws as a senior should.
Tennessee leads the SEC in free throw percentage shooting at 73%, so putting them to the line isn't a great idea.
7-point Tennessee lead. Denial defense by Graves almost results in a turnover, and then Graves commits the foul trying to get back into play.
Well, it was a great hustle play by Graves. She thought she had the steal, but Gibson wouldn't give up on it and used her body to draw that foul. It was a smart play by Allie Gibson.
Graves with her second foul. Both teams in the bonus. Here's Gibson, the senior from Woodbridge, California, but again, with some Puerto Rican heritage, plays for the Puerto Rican national team, misses the free throw, and a foul immediately by Weiss. That stops the clock with 1:05 left.
Those are some unfortunate free throw misses by Oregon State the last 2 trips to the line, especially when you're on an opponent's home court like a Tennessee Lady Vols. You've got to knock those free throws down.
Third foul on Weiss. Reynolds on the free throw line, the sophomore from Portland, Oregon. Talked about her being from the state of Oregon. Obviously very familiar with the Oregon State program. She started every game this season.
Scott Ruick said how these players here at Tennessee came to his camps, so they know all his players.
Reynolds makes 1 of 2. Tennessee leads by 8. Gibson has it blocked by Harrison. And Harrison has put on a block party today.
Well, that one absolutely took the roof off the place right here, but that was perfect timing by Isabel Harrison on that block.
Largest lead of the game, only 8 points, but under a minute to play. Weiss looking for someone. And that's out of bounds on Graves, so Oregon State will try one more time to get it in.
You look at these defenders on the floor for Tennessee. Bashar Graves, Andrea Carter, Isabel Harrison. I mean, they are out in passing lanes and physical and long.
Harrison has 5 blocks in this game. Time running out for Oregon State. Weiss short on the three. Oregon State has not been able to match its three-point shooting from the first half here in the second.
Well, it's been difficult to shoot against the defense that Tennessee has brought in the second half. It's totally taken away their three-point shot in the second half as opposed to the first half.
Fouls on Gulich, her second. And Isabel Harrison's going to go to the free throw line.
You know, this is a great test for Tennessee and for Oregon State heading into their conference seasons.
Oregon State goes right into conference play against UCLA and USC this week. The SEC starts on Friday conference play. 72-63, a 9-point Tennessee lead. Gibson goes baseline, gets stuck, and can't throw out of traffic. And then a foul committed inside by Hunter. And Tennessee's going to go back to the free throw line with 34.5 seconds left. Big day for Isabel Harrison.
Well, she's had a phenomenal day blocking balls. She does great timing. She's long-armed. Made it very hard for Oregon State. But her scoring, whether it was with her left hand or her right hand, she's extremely versatile. She showed us a little bit of everything today.
Reynolds on the free throw line after that foul by Hunter. Harrison has a double-double today, 20 points, 12 rebounds. And Reynolds adding to her scoring total as well. And Harrison comes out to a big ovation.
Well, a well-earned big ovation by Isabel Harrison.
Double-double against the 10th ranked team in the nation. Reynolds makes both free throws. And Tennessee up by 11, looking like that 11-game home win streak is no longer in jeopardy. Weiss, short on the jumper. Burdick gets the rebound. And Oregon State backing off now. So Tennessee will hand Oregon State its first loss of the season and continue to build momentum heading into the SEC portion of the schedule. Tennessee survives a tough test against Oregon State and wins it 74-63. We'll return to Thompson Bowling Arena, where we're hoping to have Holly Warwick join us.